Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttrading on a Tuesday. What is this, 26th, 2 days before Thanksgiving. Just very, very quiet markets. NVIDIA and some of these stocks just cannot get any kind of traction. Let's get right into the charts. You know, if you take a look here at the Nasdaq, it's been churning here. Looks like it. Again, the seasonals may kick in. We have core PCE tomorrow, so that could, we had the tariff threats yesterday, take it down in the pre-market, then they came right back up again. Just very, very choppy trading. Again, I think the seasonals do kick in here, but there is a risk tomorrow that if we get a hot inflation print, we could at least get a pullback initially in the early going, and then probably just go back to just chopping around going into the holiday. Market's going to get real thin. S&P similarly, just nothing there. I think all-time highs are probably, in the cards. I've been talking about this, the seasonal patterns and so forth. It's the Nasdaq that's been the laggard, and then the Russell. I wrote a piece this weekend about the Russell. If you haven't, if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, go ahead and hit that. I think the Russell, I made the point that, every major move in the Russell in the past, I think I covered this on Friday, has been pretty dramatic. And so I think maybe we're poised to do that again at some point. If you go back and look at the prior breakout moves in the Russell over the last 10, 15 years, there's been some, monstrous moves, especially after we break to new highs. You can see that in the IWM right here. I actually was talking to this. So we've got, the first breakout, we had that move there. The second breakout, we had that move. And then that last breakout in 2021, we had that move. So I think we may be poised for another move like that at some point here. We'll see. Clearly, also talked about Bitcoin hitting 100K. It hit 100K. Now it's pulling back really hard. I think probably goes to 82 is going to be the first support is 87, but I think it may actually come down and fill this gap at 77 at some point, and that may be the buy if you're waiting for a pullback here. So we'll see how that goes. And then that was actually the standout today. It's been drifting lower. Everything else really, the dollar kind of just hanging out. Nothing going on there. Rates this is why tomorrow I think could have a little bit of an impact on rates if we get a hot inflation print. If it comes in line, and I think we go back to the same old. And then gold did pull back as everybody, and it's kind of in no man's land really. There's nothing much going on, but I think gold still looks bullish to me over the long term. But right now there's nothing. And then I mentioned nat gas last week, gap higher on Sunday and holding that gap and now kind of consolidating. Maybe we build a base here, which would set up for a breakout either to the upside or the downside. You can see it's gotten very, very choppy as well. This gap is going to be the key here in the next, with the holiday and everything else. It's holding this gap so far. So far as it's just kind of going sideways, and we'll see if that turns into anything else. That kind of sums it up. So yeah, tomorrow I think early morning volatility in response to the core PCE, and then we go into the probably just the more of the same, just very kind of quiet, meandering kind of movement, albeit higher, but just not a lot of movement with that. And also you've got NVIDIA just dead in the water. This is probably driving the Nasdaq. We sold off this morning. We try to rally. You can see it's starting to come up here a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. Again, wouldn't surprise me if at some point the Nasdaq also plays catch up with the Russell and everything else. So okay, all right. Have a great holiday. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Again, subscribe to the newsletter. Give me a thumbs up, and I will see you I will do. I'll do an early version of the show on Friday, just right after 10 o'clock. We got an early close on Friday. Okay. All right. Have a great rest of. Have a great holiday. Have a great Thanksgiving.